Eva Atwater lived from 1852 to 1915. The following is her obituary, as it was published in the local newspaper. The Times of Meridian, Idaho, is called upon to chronicle the death of another wife and mother who has laid down the cares of life, after years well spent in service to her friends and loved ones. The subject of this obituary, Eva Forbes, was born at LaPorte, Indiana, April 29, 1852, and was married November 9, 1870, to George E. Atwater. She died at 8:15 a.m., October 6, 1915. Although in poor health for several years, she kept up and attended to her home duties faithfully until the day of her death. She cared not for society but loved her home, and was always there to welcome her loved ones. She was a loving and affectionate wife and mother, and a kind neighbor. To know her was to admire her. Many friends who knew her where she formerly resided will remember her many acts of kindness to them. While not an active church member at the time of death, she was a devout Christian, and united with the Mayflower Congregational Church of Sioux City, Iowa, while living in that city, her life bearing testimony to her faith. She is survived by her husband, one daughter, Daisy, Mrs. L. P. Biddick of Pocatello, Idaho, and one son, E. Francis Atwater of Meridian. Besides the children mentioned, two precede her to the great beyond: George Edward, who died in infancy, and Frank Griffin, who died at the age of 8 years. The death of Mrs. Atwater was due to heart failure, induced by what the doctors pronounced as Bright's disease. She had been a resident of Idaho for 13 years, living several years in Boise before coming to Meridian. Previous to this, she resided in eastern Nebraska. The funeral was conducted at the home of E. Francis Atwater at 2 o'clock last Saturday, and was attended by a large number of friends, who thus testified their respect and regard. A funeral car conveyed the body, together with the relatives and friends, to Morris Hill Cemetery over the Interurban Railroad. Reverend R. G. Williams, of the Meridian Methodist Church, officiated at the funeral. The path of sorrow, and that path alone, leads to the land where sorrow is unknown. Thank you for taking a few moments with me today to remember Eva.